Srimade Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namini Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashat Desatarine Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. So today we'll see Shloka number 5 of chapter 4, the transcendental knowledge. So let us chant the shloka. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha
Shri Bhagavan Uvacha
Bahuni me vyatitani
Bahuni me Vyatitani
Janmani Tavacharjuna
Janmani Tavacha Arjuna
Tani Aham Ved Sarvani
Tanyaham Veda Sarvani
Natvam Veta Parantapa.
Natvam Veda Parantapa.
Shri Bhagavan Uvacha
Uh,
Bahuni
s-
me.
Sri,
Okay, go ahead. Sri Bhagavan Uvacha Bahuni me vyatitani Janmani Tavacharjuna
जन्मानि तव चार्जुन
Tanyaham Ved Sarvani
तान्याहं वेद सर्वाणि
Natam Vetha Parantapa.
न तं वेत्त परन्तप.
Please chant.
Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Bahuni me Vyatitani Janmani Tavacha Arjuna Tanyaham Veda Sarvani Natvam Veda Parantapa.
श्रीभगवानुवाच बहूनि मे व्यतीतानि जन्मानि तव चार्जुन तान्यहं वेद सर्वाणि न त्वं वेत्थ परन्तप.
Anyone else want to chant? Okay, so translation and purport. The personality of God, it said, many, many births, both you and I have passed. I can remember all of them, but you cannot, O subduer of enemy. Purport. In Brahma Samhita 5.33, we have information of many, many incarnations of the Lord. It is stated there. Advaitam Achyutam Anadi Anantarupam Adyam Purana Purusham Navayauvanam Cha Vedeshu Durlabham Adurlabham Atma Bhaktau Govindamadi Purusham Taham Ham Vajami. I worship the Supreme Personality of Godhead Govinda, Krishna, who is the original person, absolute, infallible, and without beginning. Although expanded into unlimited forms, he still He is still the same original, the oldest, and the person always appearing as a fresh youth. Such eternal, blissful, all knowing forms of Lord are usually not understood by even the best Vedic scholars, but they are always manifest to pure unalloyed devotee in Brahma. It is also stated in Brahma Samhita 5.39. Ramadi Murti Shukal Kala Niyamena Tishtam Nanavataram Akrodha Bhuvaneshu Kintu Krishna Swayam Sambhavata Parama Puman Yo Govindamadi Pursam Tamham Bhajami. I worship the Supreme Personality of Godhead Govinda Krishna, who is always situated in various incarnations such as Ram, Narsingh, and many sub incarnations as well, but who is the original personality of God and known as Krishna, and who incarnates personally also. In the Vedas, also it is said that Lord, although one without a second, manifests himself in innumerable forms. He is like Vaidurya stone, which changes color yet still remains one. All those multi forms are understood by pure and unknowledge devotee, but not by a simple study of Vedas. Vedesu durlabham adurlabham atma bhaktav. Devotees like Arjuna are constant companions of the Lord, and whenever the Lord incarnates, the associate devotee also incarnates in order to serve the Lord in different capacities. Arjuna is one of these devotees, and in this story it is understood that some million years ago, when Lord Krishna spoke Bhagavad Gita to Sun God Vivaswan, Arjuna in different form capacity was also present. But the difference between Lord Arjuna and Krishna is that Lord remembered the incident, whereas Krishna could not remember. That is the difference between part and parcel living entity and the Supreme Lord. Although Arjuna is addressed herein as the mighty hero who could subdue the enemies, he is unable to recall what has happened in his various past birth. Therefore, living entity, however great he may be in the material estimation, can never equal the Supreme Lord. Anyone who is constant companion of the Lord is certainly a liberated person, but he cannot be equal to Lord. The Lord is described in Brahma Samhita as infallible Achyuta, which means that he never forgets himself, even though he is in material contact. Therefore, the Lord and the living entity can never be equal in all respects, even if living entity is as liberated as Arjuna. Although Arjun is a devotee of the Lord, he sometimes forgets the nature of the Lord. But by divine grace, a devotee can at once understand the infallible condition of the Lord, whereas a non-devotee or a demon cannot understand this transcendental nature. Consequently, these descriptions in Gita cannot be understood by demoniac brains. Krishna remembered acts which were performed by him millions of years before, but Arjuna could not, despite the fact both Krishna and Arjuna are eternally in nature. We may also note herein that a living entity forgets everything due to his change of body, but the Lord remembers because he does not change his Satchidananda body. He is Advaita, which means there is no distinction between his body and himself. Everything in relation to him is spirit, whereas the conditioned soul is different from the material body. And because the Lord's body and self are identical, his position is always different from that of ordinary living entity, even when he descends to material platform. The demons cannot adjust themselves to this transcendental nature of the Lord, which the Lord himself explains in the following verse. So little bit long purport, but very self-explanatory, and we have to understand the principle behind these words, right? So Arjuna's question to Krishna was, how am I to understand, how I can understand that you explain this Bhagavad Gita or science of yoga to Vivaswa, which is millions of years ago. So in reply to that, Krishna is answering this. And the interesting fact is, Krishna is answering this question only in this verse. Okay, the next verse, he goes to continuation of his description that he was describing about Gita, how he explained the Gita, and he said that no, I will explain you the this Puratan science. I am going to explain you. So Krishna, after answering this question in this verse, I mean, immediately starts the what he was discussing about the knowledge. So, and how he distributes this knowledge in this world through the kings or by himself, that he will explain. But this verse, a very practical words, right? A normal person, as a person, if somebody asked me last week or last month on 10th what you did at 10 a.m., I don't remember. If it's a big occasion or something, I may remember, but in general I don't remember. Krishna says that remembrance, forgetfulness, everything comes from him. So we don't remember the things that have happened with us within this lifetime. So forget about the past lifetimes. There are some incidents or some very special or rare cases when some people say, "Oh, I remember my past life," but that is very rare. But that happens. Some people get that sukruti that they can understand what they were in the past life. But in general, we don't remember what has happened with us, and that's the nature of the living entity. It forgets. We are bound to forget. That is one of the reason that we forgot our relationship with Krishna also. So, if we can forget that eternal relationship, then the things of this material world, which are always changing, we are bound to forget. So, Krishna is telling Arjuna that you and me, we have taken a lot of births. I can remember all, you cannot. So, the principle here is some people ask, right, okay, um, okay, so in how many births they were together, in how many times Krishna has spoken Bhagavad Gita, is there any Shastra which explains this? And there are people who ask questions like this. Can we have those all details? But those all details are not readily available in any Shastra or anywhere, right? So the principle here that we have to understand is Krishna's eternal nature, that he is eternal personality and full of knowledge, and not knowledge of himself but knowledge of everyone. So that is the principle that Krishna is trying to tell, that I am not same as you. I can remember everything, you cannot remember, Arjuna. So that's why I am telling what has happened so many millions of years back. And he's telling Arjuna that Arjuna, he used his name two times, two names here, Arjuna and Parantapa. So Arjuna means like pure. One of the meaning is pure, with good intention. And Parantapa means he has subdued his enemy. So Arjuna, even if you are very pure or you are eternal and you have conquered all the enemies, still you cannot remember this. So that is Arjuna's situation, who is living with Krishna himself as his friend, as his companion, but still he cannot remember. So, what is our situation? Yeah, we are much or nothing in comparison to what Arjuna was in the situation. But still, Krishna is saying, Arjuna, you cannot remember. So, we also cannot remember our relationships with Krishna and what we have done. So, this process of knowledge gathering that we are doing by studying this Bhagavad Gita and trying to understand who is Krishna, what is my relationship with Krishna, how I have to connect with Krishna. All this knowledge gathering is ultimately for realizing our true nature, and from that we can do the true service when we understand our relationships. So Krishna is also trying to tell Arjuna in the fourth chapter that he means he told already about the Sankhya Yoga, Jnana Yoga in second chapter, also little bit Bhakti Yoga. Then third chapter he told about the Karma Yoga and Jnana Yoga also, and he said, no, you do Karma Yoga. You are, that is better for you because you are a Kshatriya. It's better you do Karma Yoga. You cannot do Jnana Yoga. Then now he's giving that knowledge. How in Jnana Yoga, sorry, in Karma Yoga also you need knowledge to detach from the results. You should not get attached to results. For that also you need knowledge, knowledge of your true identity. So this is what Krishna is going to tell. And yesterday we saw that the Krishna is the ultimate authority to speak this because he has spoken to the Vivaswan also, and now he is also speaking the same knowledge. And that knowledge was, when spoken to Vivaswan, the purpose was to deliverance of the all human society. That's why it was transferred to Manu, king of the lokas, all lokas, or the mankind. So, this knowledge that Krishna is speaking to Arjuna and that we are reading or we are trying to understand is also for our deliverance. And also, one more point here is Krishna also is, uh, as per the nature of the person, Krishna is telling that this Karma Yoga also, I designed this Karma Yoga So some will follow that karma yoga. Now he's telling about the gyan or transcendental knowledge. Some may follow this path. So Krishna gives his accommodating nature, that throughout my different lives I have I I give opportunity to everyone to come out of this illusion and understand their real nature. So now Krishna, after answering the question by Arjuna, and main principle that Krishna is a eternal, full of bliss and full knowledge, Satchit Ananda Vigraha. So that principle we have to understand in this shloka, that he is the person or he is the personality who is eternal, full of knowledge, bliss, and ananda. So he is the ultimate personality who can give us knowledge, and he can remember everything we cannot. So we have to trust him and take the things at he speaks. So now Krishna will start going into much more deeper information how this knowledge. So in third chapter he told that you should have knowledge, so he's now telling how this knowledge you should get and what he does from his side so that this knowledge is distributed or it's not lost. So Krishna tells, because the knowledge as it is seems to be lost, so I'm telling you this. So he himself is doing his uh, endeavor to give this knowledge to us, so that we will see from tomorrow how Krishna appears, when Krishna appears, with what purpose. That we will see in the next shlokas from tomorrow. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. Became a little bit late today. So, any comments or any realizations or any questions, anything anyone want to share? Arjuna. Okay, so thank you very much. And let's see tomorrow when Krishna comes, why he comes, how he comes, and how he spreads the knowledge. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Namaste, Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.